Hi, how you doing, Byron?
I'm very good. Thanks. Great to be on the show.
It's good to talk to you. I am just gonna jump into it. Um, I want to ask you, how has it been in regards to working in both the Asian and the US entertainment industry? What were the challenges?
Well, that's interesting because I've been working on both sides of the industries, both in the West and in the East for a long time now. And it's not something by design. It's kind of something that just kind of happened, I think. I work in the US in Hollywood, and I also work in I've actually filmed in Thailand many
Really?
times. Yes, maybe like six movies I've done in Thailand.
Wow.
Uh, and I consider Thailand my second home. I've actually even spoken Thai
In
in yeah, I played a Thai gangster and I spoke Thai in most of the movie. This is an American movie. And we filmed in Bangkok during the flooding. Do you remember the flooding in Bangkok?
Oh my gosh, yes. There
Yeah,
was
I
like
was
the
there.
huge.
I was living in Tonglo, and we were filming in Thailand. So I my connection with Thailand is very deep.
So
I yeah.
do you remember, or can you still speak a little or remember words?
สวัสดีครับ
Oh, that's pretty. Somebody crap, you got the accent.
It's been a while, but พูดไทยไม่ได้ครับ
Oh, you got it. Yeah, พูดไทยไม่ได้ครับ. Are you able to bargain? แพงไม่แพ
Oh
ง
man, I used to a little bit. It's been a while. I'm dying to come back to Thailand to film, and I have so many friends in Bangkok. I loved Thailand so much. I used to live in Thailand between projects. Yeah. I filmed in Bangkok, Chiang Mai, in the south, Pattaya, everywhere.
Oh wow,
I
you're well versed
Yeah,
with
yeah. I
Thailand
know
already.
Thailand very well. Yeah, yeah.
I think it's just going to be a matter of time that you're going to be back at your second home.
But
It's
getting back to your question, what are the challenges? Well, I'm in Korea right now, and I just
yeah.
finished shooting a Korean film, and this could be a good example. I mean, it's first of all, there's different working styles. Well, actually, let me just backtrack. I think first of all, you're dealing with a lot of translations of the script. The script is usually written in your local language, whether it's be Chinese or Thai or whatever that local language is. In my case here, it's Korean, and then it has to be translated to English. You know, um, and so I try to get in on the translation process as early as possible because I realize that after doing this a couple times that a lot of times it's tricky because film scripts you have to have someone who's conversant in both languages and also in the film language. So someone who's familiar with film scripts. And if you don't get both of those elements right, you're going to have a very clunky script. I've done this so many times so that I just try to get in on the process as early as possible, hang out with the director, find out what's in his or her mind, and then help with the translation process so that the English is, the dialogue mirrors what's in the local language.
Hmm.
So I would say different language, different cultures have different things going on, right? The Thai
Yeah.
culture is very rich. There's a lot of, elements in the culture that's may not be relevant in the English culture, or the American culture, but you have to kind of translate that as well. So it's tricky. So you need someone who's sensitive to to the local language in Asia, and then or the culture, and you need to grasp that and then just kind of spit it out in English. So, so that I would say is one of the biggest challenges. And then the other ones are just different. Thailand has their way of doing things, and then Korea has their way of doing things. China has their way of doing things. Hong Kong has their way of doing things. I'll give you an example on this film, The Modelizer, that's coming out in the States. We filmed entirely in Hong Kong, and the crew there, they're wonderful, and I've worked with them a couple times. They one department can do several other department things. For example, the production coordinator can also be doing transport, and can also be doing communications, and that's unheard of in the US. In the US, there's unions. The transport is transport, the casting is casting, so it's very delineated. But Hong Kong, they could be doing one guy could be doing two or three things at the same time. So
That's so true. That's so true. I'm so glad that you were able to share that, because I think people can easily clunk Asian the Asian entertainment industry as one big clunk, but then what you've broken down in terms of challenges is when you break down the separate cultures and separate countries, from Thailand to Hong Kong to Korea, there are elements of the culture that's different from the other culture. Like,
totally.
like being Thai, being Indonesian, being Filipino. It's like when you break down the language, you break down the culture, there's like little elements that differ from one another, which is which is
Totally.
yeah, which is a
They're
challenge
yeah.
to try to translate that into a script, or into being able to make people understand. So I'm really glad that you pointed that out, because it's so true. Um, let's talk about the Modelizer, because not only do you act in it, you wrote it, and it's
Yeah.
inspired by true events, right?
Yes, you can say
Can
that.
can you elaborate on that?
Well, look, it's The Modelizer is a romantic comedy set in the world of international models in Hong Kong. Now, I knew nothing about models or the modeling world in Hong Kong, even though I'm from Hong Kong. And I kind of stumbled upon this world um, by some people who are in this world, models and public relations people, PR, we call them PR, they used to be models. Um, and then there are these guys who hang around and date models all day long. So I stumbled upon this world, and I got to know some of them, and I heard their stories, and I was just going, wow, I can't believe this happens in Hong Kong. I just, this is like a bubble. It's like a world unto itself, that unless you're kind of in this world or know about this world, you would never know it exists. Again, I'm from Hong Kong, and I didn't even know it exists. I didn't know there were so many models, foreign models in Hong Kong. We're talking, models from Russia, Ukraine, Brazil, Poland, Czech, everywhere. And so the reason I wrote the script was because it was the fastest way to production. It was the
Mm.
fastest way to get this movie mounted. You know, since I knew, I did some research, and I talked to a lot of people in this world, and I just said, I might as well just write it, because it's the easiest way to see it happening. That's
So
all.
as you were writing it and you did research on it, did you find a lot of things by the from the true accounts to be quite interesting and surprising?
Well, I would, use the word outrageous, like just like you wouldn't believe this stuff would happen, you know. It's an outrageous world.
Oh,
That's why
wow.
that's why I thought the romantic comedy would be the best um way to present this world. It's romantic. Everyone's chasing love, really, at the end of it.
Mm.
But along the way, it's the things that happen are just you wouldn't believe that that would happen. It's just, crazy. It's funny, it's crazy, it's heartwarming, it's romantic, all in one ball. Yeah.
So this everything in one ball is now being premiered here in the US.
In the US, correct. On July 14th in US and Canada. It'll be in select theaters. And I think it'll be definitely in New York and Los Angeles theaters, and they will also be on demand on Amazon Prime, Apple TV, AT&T, Comcast, etc. Yeah.
And your buddy in the film is a beloved um brother in Thailand,
Yes, Nichkhun.
Nichkhun. Yeah.
Nichkhun.
How was it working with Nichkhun?
Um, oh, it's funny. You call him Nichkhun, right? We call him Nichkhun, but it's
Oh,
Nichkhun. It's actually Nichkhun. Yes, that's right. We It was wonderful. Listen, I again, I didn't know anything about K-pop. I didn't even know about the band 2 p.m. I've never, I don't come from that world. So when I was introduced to him, we instantly fell in love with him, and we just thought he would be a great character. In fact, we worked with him very early on to shape his character, to see what his so his name in this film is Bucky, and that's actually his one of his. He has a long name. That's one of
yeah.
his names. His long name. That's his name. So we
So the name of the character, did it come from the fact that he had that it's in his name that you guys came up with the character's name, or it just so happened that
no, in fact, the character wasn't even like Thai, Chinese, or anything. We just casted that character, and then it was Nichkhun, and we wanted to make it him. So we talked to him and say, how can this character be close to you? So we shaped his character to be from Thailand, Bangkok originally, but then he grew up in Hong Kong. And then that's actually true of a lot of people I know. A lot of
hmm,
people in Hong Kong, they're from Malaysia, they're from Singapore, or their backgrounds, their families are from Singapore, Thailand, wherever. But they grew up in Hong Kong, and Hong Kong's their home, so to speak.
hmm.
And so that's Bucky. That's Nichkhun's character. He grew up in Hong Kong, but he would go back and forth Bangkok and Hong Kong his whole life because his family's there. Yeah.
Just hearing this, I think it's going to be such a ride to watch this film. It already sounds really exciting.
Yeah, it's fun. It's a real fun film, and it's a great film. We're super proud of it. I think for sure someone like yourself who's from Thailand or from Asia would appreciate it. I think you would find it interesting and funny. Yeah.
Looking forward to it. Okay, to end this off, is there any word or like a phrase that keeps you going, that makes you, it's like your personal phrase or personal word?
Just do it. Don't wait. Just do it. Don't wait.
Just do it. Don't wait.
Yeah,
Thank you, Byron. Thank you so much for this conversation.
you got it. And I look forward to seeing you soon.
Look forward to seeing you too.
Okay. Take care.